and welcome to the MommaNevin YouTube channel. My name is Joan, and I am MommaNevin here and on Instagram. I do have an email address, which is MommaNevin, MommaNevin, @gmail.com. Also, I should have said it was MommaNevin Knits YouTube channel. This channel is where I discuss my unfinished objects, whether they're knitting, crocheting, whatever. This year, my word of the year is finish. So I'm trying to get some of those old projects done. Today is April 7th. I can't believe it's April already. The high today is 66. Later in this week, it's supposed to be 86. And feeling how cold my hands are right now, I'm really happy about that, believe it or not. So it's been a rough week. I'm trying to not let it get me down. I'm trying to look on it as when I have rough weeks, that helps me to appreciate good weeks better. So that's where we are right now. It's been a little bit tough. I'll talk about that more in the happenings around Southern California. I'm umming today. Sorry. So let's get started. Not because of the rough week, it has impacted my crafting time. So not as much done this week. I know you guys are sick of hearing that from me, but it's really true. This is my Advent blanket. And last week I was halfway through this section and I got this section done. So I'm counting that for my 2 weeks. I'm going to put my to-do list up here. And so for this week, I'm going to say that I got an X for this entry. All right. Then next, John's socks. Oh, the Advent is on a size 2, 2.75, and I knit 20 ridges per color. So next week, we will be starting back on the Southern Skeins year that I got their Advent. So that is very exciting. So John's socks. Now, if my world wouldn't have gone crazy, I would have finished these this week, but I'm very, very close. So my goal for this week was 8 inches, and I got to 9. So we're going to call this good, and I am starting on the toe. So these are going to be done next week by hook or by crook. They're going to be done. I'm ready for them to be done so I can give some love to some other socks. The frog. I got practically nothing done on the frog this week. I still have this leg that I have not finished, the toes and all of that good stuff. And what happened to my other? I did one hexagon for the other leg. Okay, here it is. So this is, I need to do a pentagon for this leg and then sew it up like this. So this still needs the purple edging. And then it will look like this, and then I will add toes and things like that to it. And you have to stuff it before you attach it to the frog. So that's going to be interesting. Anyway. All right, and that's all the projects I worked on this week. Like I said, it was really a bad week. I did get Joyce's project bag mailed. I had to go to the post office. I had ordered some opal yarn minis on Etsy, and they said they may be here by April 22nd. I was like, okay, we got time. It's time. I'm going to use them as an Advent, so I have time. I'm not worried about it. So I would check on it every now and again. Didn't think anything of it. And then I checked on them because I was going to the post office. I checked on them and I looked, and they had attempted to deliver it, but it didn't have my street name on it. So it is in the lost mail right now, because I went to the post office to see, is there anything at all I can do to get this package? And they said, nope, you got to wait for it to go back to her in Lithuania. So I'll keep you up to date on that. That's going to be a little while. All right. So my goal for next week is to work on all of the things that I said I was going to work on and didn't for this week. So that's going to include, let's go back over the list real quick. So my goal for next week, ready for this week to be over, is I want to do just one section of the Advent next week, so I can try to get some work done on some other things. John socks, I want to finish those. The frog, I want to get at least 2 legs. I'd like to try and get a little bit more, but I'm not going to be crazy with myself on that one. The Goth Kitty socks, I want to cast those on and make a tutorial about how I cast on. Stained glass blanket, I'm just going to try and get 1 full color done on that. Battenberg, I want to do 5 white blocks as well as the colored blocks that go along with that. Diamond painting, add another 20 by 20. Fireside Friends, I want to do 10 rows. So my project that I'm going to add next week is this. It's huge. It is a piece of printed canvas blanket. And out here in Southern California, very close to where the mouse is, the big mouse in Anaheim, there is a fabric store that is a wonderland for people who like fabric. It is just the most amazing thing you've ever seen. It's called M&L Fabrics, and it's just fabric as far as the eye can see. It's amazing. So my husband and I had gone there one day because we were in Anaheim, and we went there, and we, years and years and years ago, I had bought some canvas fabric and just sewed the edges all the way around, and we use that as tablecloths whenever we go on picnics, so we don't have to put our food on those dirty tables. So one of our tablecloths is, it's in its death throes. So I was, as long as I was there, I said, let me get some fabric, and I think this is 2 or 3 yards. I'll have to see. I don't even remember. It's been such a long time ago. But basically, all I'm going to do this next week is finish the edges, take off the selvage and finish that edge and sew it up all the way around. It's the easiest sewing project in the world, and we will have another tablecloth. So, yay. All right, so that's what I got for this week. As far as projects. Now, I am going to, I have a lot of crinkling, so I'm warning you now. I do apologize. This is my purchases. I got my Row 1 minis, and I love these colors. They're so pretty. And let me see if I can find, I have the paperwork here for who the dyer is. The dyer of these, and then on the other side we have some darker colors. I don't know if you can see those. I think I want to make a cowl with the camping motifs from Pacific Knit Co. And I think that the colors on the back, some of those are going to be good for that camping cowl. So That's really neat. I really like it. All right. It is, drum roll, please. Palmer Yarn Company. It's soft sock. It's an 80% merino, 20% nylon fingering weight. And the 100-gram socks come in 400 yards to 100 grams. Okay? And it tells you all about Kimberly Palmer and why she started doing yarn. She said all she wanted to do was knit socks, but so she started with shawls and then moved up to socks. That's pretty cool. All right. So that came in the mail. And then also with the Row 1 Minis, you always get a stitch marker. And of course, I just ripped the heck out of this thing. So, oh, look how cute. Look how cute the little butterfly is. Isn't that adorable? Oh, that's really cute. So, all right. Now, I also got in an order. This is going to be really loud, sorry. From Kirby Werby. Because I love combinations of pink with gray and black and brown even. So this is, it's called We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together Like Ever. So Taylor Swift reference there. But it's very, very pretty. So we're going to put that. So on to my bad week. You know, and when you have a bad week, what do you need to do? Retail therapy. That's right. So I went to my local yarn store. There's a yarn store in the city where my office is, because I actually had to go into the office on Friday. I know, that's what I get for saying I didn't have to buy pants anymore, right? Yeah, they made me come in. So this is a skein of yarn that I found there. This is an Emma's yarn color. It's called Plant Lady. And it's a very, I wouldn't say pink. Definitely has some tones of pink in it. But it's got some green, like some mossy greens. And I just thought it was really pretty. I had some other socks that I have made out of Emma's yarn. And I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoy knitting with her yarn. I think that's all the yarn. I know. Only. But I went to Michael's yesterday and I found this. And the price on it, I want to say it was like $50-something. And I was like, that's nice, but I'm not paying $50 for it. So Michael's was doing all sorts of sales, and it was everything on this shelf is 40% off, and we're also going to give you an extra 25% off. I was like, sign me up. So I went up, and by the time I got through with all the coupons and everything, it was like $20. I was like, I can do $20. So that is that. Again, I told you about the Opal Minis. I don't know when I'll be seeing them, if ever. Who knows? Happenings. And the reason why I'm in just a smidge of a funk this week is my husband hurt his hip. And my husband is 70. He told me that he never ever wants to be on one of my episodes because he wants all of you to be able to have the illusion that he's 6 foot tall. He's not 6 foot tall. But anyway, so we had to take him, I had to take him to the urgent care. And I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I've heard the term this year, passenger princess. And oh, that describes me. Anywhere we go, I try to get somebody else to drive. And it's not that I hate to drive, it's that I want to work on a project while we're going somewhere. So normally I would have had my knitting with me. I did actually bring my knitting with me while we were waiting, but I wasn't able to knit while driving on the way over there. So we went over there, and he's been having so much pain in his hip that we have this old walker. I think we bought it one year as like part of a Halloween costume, because we got it from a thrift store for like $10. And boy, did that thing come in handy. So he's been having difficulty walking. So I've actually like had to hold on to your horses here, girls. I had to do some house cleaning. I know. I can see you judging me. No, my husband does most of the housework around here, and he does a lot of the cooking and the going to the grocery store and things like that. And I feel horribly guilty about it, but he's retired and he said he needed something to do. So I was like, I'm not stupid. You want to do it? Knock yourself out. So anyway, so a lot of the things that he normally does for me, I had to do. So he's starting to feel better. Yes. I was very concerned that there might be a fracture because, he's 70. There's around the time that stuff happens. But it wasn't a fracture. It's just he had a muscular issue. So luckily he's on the mend. Having the walker to use was very helpful to him, gave him a lot of stability. So it was giving the ability to let that heal. So anyway, our son Scott came for a quick visit on Thursday, and we have a dining room table in our front dining room, and we don't have our dining room is it. We don't have an extra room for eating. That's it. So whenever anybody's going anywhere or whatever, if we want to remember to take something with us, we put it on the dining room table. So I looked over at the dining room table, and there's this big pink fuzzy thing. And I was like, what is that? He had gone into his closet. It was a piece of fur, pink fur, that he had in his closet, and he's making a puppet. And so he needed that pink fur for the puppet. So I was like, okay, whatever. I've also had to do some adulting this week besides going to urgent care. I had to do my taxes. I don't know about you. It's not hard. I just use a program. It's not that difficult. But I still hate to do it. And here it is April. I'm just now doing them. It's not that I have to pay. I got some money back from the state, but I just hate doing them. So put on my big girl pants, and I did them. So anyway, when I was at my local yarn store for this, I was handing out some MommaNevin business cards. Hey, you never know. Someday I'll hopefully have more subscribers. Apparently I am an acquired taste. So if we ever get like 100 subscribers, I think I'm at 55 right now. If I ever get to 100, there will be a giveaway. I don't know what it's going to be, but there will be a giveaway. So, pirate. I didn't see Chips this week. I'm sure Chips is very happy because I saw that Uncle Scott went to see her too, and she just really loves her Uncle Scott. So, but Pirate has more than made up for the lack of Chips content. We have these birds that come in. They're blackbirds, and they don't fly around very much. They just kind of walk around, and they're not afraid of anything. So he'll go out there and be barking his head off at them, and they're like, whatever. Well, he caught one. And he was chasing it around the yard. I was like, no, let go. So finally, I got him back inside. I had to promise him all kind of cookies and things for that. So I got him back inside, and he left that bird alone. So hopefully that bird got away. So I look out a little bit later, and there he's with another bird in his mouth. And I'm like, drop it. So he goes over and drops it in the pool. Have you ever seen a bird swim? Because I have now seen a bird swim. So that poor little bird was swimming for its life. I was trying to get the net to help it out, and it wound up in the skimmer. So by the time I got to it and opened up the skimmer, it was below the water, and I was like, oh, I think this bird might be gone. I think it's over. So I pulled the skimmer out and went and took it over to a grassy area, and I put the bird in there and got Pirate back in the house and closed the door so he couldn't get back out there to his birdie friends. So now the birds are not hanging around my yard anymore. Anyway, I went back over there later, and I don't know. I'm hoping a predator didn't get it, but the bird was gone. So I was kind of glad the bird was gone. So I was like, good luck there, dude. I hope you made it. But anyway, my show and tell today. Sorry, I had to reach over and get this. This is one of the wooden toys that my husband made. And when he first retired, he didn't know what to do with himself before he started cleaning house. But so he was making wooden toys. And so he made a dachshund for a lady that I work with because she had a dachshund. And so he made that for her. And I was like, I want a dachshund because he won't let me have a real one. Apparently they're very stubborn and very difficult to train because he had a dachshund growing up, and she was something. So anyway, so here's the little dachshund, and I'm going to put a video at the end that shows how it moves. So most of the toys that he has made have some kind of motion to them. So I just thought you'd like to see this. This is my little guy. He made this for me so that I didn't get a real one. It's not fair. Anyway, and we do keep this away from Pirate. This is all I have this week. Again, you know, I'm hoping for a better week next week. It's going to be better, right? Right? It's going to be better next week, and you know, this too shall pass. That's all I've got. Thank you so much for coming to visit with me. I look forward to having you visit again, and have a great rest of your day. Spring is on its way.